Hi, Boris. Thank you for coming for our meeting, and I really appreciate for your time. So, since we're going ahead, about our interview, I have like few questions what I would like to ask about your professional expertise and also your business experience in Canada, and see what kind of like advices you also can forward to us, like especially in the construction industry. So, will you be able to go ahead with my first question, please?
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Cool. So what instinct can you share regarding current trends and challenges in the construction industry, and how do you force their impact on businesses in year ahead?
Uh, the main insight would be that uh, there are a lot of outdated stuff. Some things are done as they used to be done 50 years ago. Some things didn't move much. A lot of stupid things going on, a lot of oversight, and it depends on the generation of those who manage those companies. The old specialists, old managerial staff, they used to work in certain way and they go on with the same ways. Doesn't matter how the things have changed. Even in the payments, they would prefer to write the checks, cut the checks. In some places, nobody is doing this anymore, but they still insist on this. Um, uh, Quotes takes forever to review and approve. Scheduling takes a lot of time and effort. Um, yeah, probably the new generation will come and things will change. But in this area, what have surprised me, how um, outdated it is. How outdated it is. Also, we need to realize that infrastructure is taken a lot of time to change. There are so many buildings with infrastructure that has been built 50 years ago, 60 years ago. Some of the problems are impossible to resolve. Impossible to resolve. The only resolution is just to demolish the building and build it again. So that's what is old about it. And you said what can be had. Mainly the way of thinking. Technology is there. We can do anything in any area to improve things. Just people that manage the industry keep thinking old ways. And until this generation will change, nothing will change.
I see. So, I'll go ahead like with my second question then, and it's like it's with your extensive experience and in the construction field. So, what recommendations would you offer to business seeking to improve their project management process for like increased efficiency and cost effectiveness of their businesses?
It's a surprising thing, not trying to impose their vision and follow with the flow. Follow the flow, like if the things are done in a certain way, it's easier to adapt to the way they are done rather than trying to force the change. It doesn't sound very good, but that's the most efficient way. Um, Now, project management. For example, we use WhatsApp or other chat uh, apps, which make things 100% more efficient. Um, the companies would use emails. A lot of emails are going to spam, are not answered, ignored. It takes forever to reply. And really, shifting to the WhatsApp would make it way, way more efficient. But 99% of those who are involved um, in the project on the side of the clients usually is not using WhatsApp or any other app that would streamline and facilitate the communication. And 99% of the problems they arise from the flawed communication. Like one said one thing, another one said another thing. They didn't understand each other. And that's how the problems arise.
I see. So, but in the realm of suspicious construction practices, how can business effectively balance profitability with the growing impact of environment responsibility, in your
Yeah,
opinion?
sustainable practices are very important. Usually, it is built into the process. If you're using the materials, they should be approved. So all the materials that are used, they are approved in terms of the environment impact. We don't deal with environment impact reports. It is done before we do anything. Um, the awareness on our side is not to dispose things outside. If anything should not be disposed uncontrollably. And also, when there is a choice, it's better to choose the things with less environmental impact. And we must say that there might be a very good solution. For example, recently we had this project. We were power washing the large pools in Chicago. In Chicago, they have this aqua park, and some contractors left the tire, black tire spots after they used something with the tires. And we had this problem to remove those spots. Actually, I made a research and found out that the usual cleaning stuff that is used in our kitchens might help. And the guys, they didn't believe it will help. And it did work. And the good thing about this kitchen stuff, it's safe. And we were dealing with the pools. So it means that if we would use the heavy chemistry, it can have an impact. It can get into the pool and later on damage health of those who would be swimming in the pool. So the smart approach and looking up for solutions on the internet, artificial intelligence is very good now giving advices. Open-mindedness, thinking outside of the box, all these things might help a lot.
Okay, but from your perspective, like what technologies like advancement do you anticipate having the most significant impact on the construction industry, and how businesses adapt to maintain compromises?
It is not done on our level. It will come from somewhere, right? Some things we are doing the same way it has been done in times of Roman Empire. Or in times of Roman Empire, they were more successful in doing these things than we do them now. Their roads are still in place, and our roads having troubles all the time. It can come from new materials that will alleviate the problems that the old materials have, like durability, uh, environmental impact again, and other things, and new technology like new processes, how we can do things differently. For example, for asphalt repairs, there are new infrared machines, not very big ones, that actually melt the asphalt on the spot and allow to repair it without cutting the asphalt, taking out the digging, taking out the material, and Uh,
Mhm.
it actually provides the opportunity to treat the things on the spot. But also we must say that asphalt is very inefficient way of paving. We might anticipate there will come new technology, new material that will definitely change everything around it. We know that there are different new things that already out there. The same is with the pavement markets.
Mhm.
Already there are some systems that use laser beams to highlight the lines. So you
Mhm.
don't need to paint anything. And even if they covered with snow, it will be above this. Now they are used at the facilities like, mm, the trucks where they get loaded and unloaded, because you need the vertical wall to mount this laser thing to make the lines.
Mhm.
There is no cheap solution for big parkings because you will have to build something uh, high enough to beam those lines. But this may be a solution in the end of the line painting at all, if
Mhm.
everything will be just the laser, laser beams
Mhm.
that it's way more efficient. It's never get faded. You can do the changes anytime you wish. You can change the color. You can change the intensity and so on and so on.
Okay. Okay. So, but can you recount a specific instance from your career, like where adept risk management played a pivotal role in the success of the construction project? And what valuable lessons can other businesses derive from that experience, from your experience, actually?
Uh, it's hard to say. Usually, when we talk about the risk management, it's not about success, it's about failure. Like you didn't do your risk management well, and then you get the failure, and you understand that you didn't calculate your risk wisely. Um, when you're successful, it's very hard to say that you actually calculated the risk, right?
Hmm. True.
So I can't tell any story where I calculated the risks and I did it anyway and I succeeded. Well, it's almost every project, right? We calculate the risks. The risks are always calculate like it's difficult to predict, but there is always a risk that uh, the cost can be more than the profits, right? It's always a
Hmm.
risk.
Hmm.
And risk management, yeah, it's very important to do the modeling, to model the situation and see. What I have to say, there is a human factor which is very strong.
Hmm.
Uh, it it very much depends on people that you're dealing with and how they want to treat you this way or another. In many cases, they are not solution oriented. They are, instead of accept that certain things are um, needed to be resolved and doesn't matter who is right and who is wrong.
Hmm.
Very many clients are not oriented to the solution. They're trying to do the finger pointing and finding who is responsible, and always the responsible one is not them. And that's the bad thing. That's the bad thing.
Hmm.
So yeah, yeah,
Okay, okay, I understand. But in the collaboration is critical in the construction sector, let's say. How do you promote effective collaboration and communication among diverse stakeholders, including architects, contractors, and clients, like to ensure the success of the projects? Just like talk about risk management.
yeah. It's very important. The collaboration is very important. I don't believe in contracts. I believe in If the things are profitable and beneficial to the sides, to all the parties involved, they will be pursued and completed. And doesn't matter how good your contract is, if it's not working out, it won't work out. So the best thing is uh, to look at the things from the perspective of your counterparts, to see how it looks from their perspective, and that's the best for the collaboration. You always need to find the solution that will work out for both sides rather than just for yourself. And again, we are coming to this situation that's very often dealings with those who are in charge of money, and usually clients, they're those who are in charge of money.
Mhm.
Dealings with them, it's about human factor rather than rational approaches.
Mhm. I see. Okay, but sorry about it. Um, so considering the fl- fl- I'm sorry. Considering the fluctuating economic conditions, what strategies would you recommend for construction business to sustain financial stability and resilience?
Again, it's not good time for investment in
Mhm.
heavy equipment and other things. It's better when there is a developed infrastructure that allows to rent the equipment. The
Mhm.
prices are affordable, and actually the items of this equipment are available. This make you way more flexible
Mhm.
because let's say you can invest only in one piece of equipment, and then this piece of equipment will be idle for most of the time. And again, I can tell you, for example, there is a difference. In Canada, you can't uh, order the delivery of hot asphalt
Mhm.
to the spot. In New Zealand, you can. You can call and they will bring you hot asphalt and you will use it. In Canada, you don't. So you need to have the full set of the equipment to bring your own hot asphalt.
Mhm.
And this makes it hard. And it's not very rational. All right. There are same things with other stuff. Uh, Either equipment is tremendously expensive, and by the way, equipment is way more expensive than regular cars and things like uh, if you need something that actually does construction work, it will
Mhm.
cost thousands and thousands, and the depreciation is not that fast as it happens with regular cars and regular equipment. On one side, on another side, it makes it unaffordable for the newer companies to own this equipment.
Mhm.
And another thing is you need the variety of the equipment to fulfill variety of functions, right? And
Yeah.
even if you buy this equipment or you lease this equipment, you still will be um, tightly confined it with what you got. Also, the changes from year to year can be dramatic. One year you will be doing one kind of work mostly, and another year it will be another kind of work.
Mhm.
So that's what I think that would be very important to build the infrastructure that allows to use the necessary equipment with affordable rent prices, and it should be enough. And also the delivery options for things like hot asphalt should be available, like in some other countries.
Okay. Okay. So, but when it comes to like to talent association and development in the construction industry practically amid like current skills shortage? What approach do you find effective for attracting and retaining skilled professionals?
Training professionals. It's a very profitable thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
In our times, the trade secrets are not secrets anymore. Some very useful stuff you can get from your GPT-4, asking how things should be done or what would be the life hacks for different things. So sometimes professionals with a lot of experience, they demand a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
And again, making your profit margin inefficient.
Mm-hmm.
So training the new staff, apprenticeship, um, trying to get as many new people learning appropriate skills. That's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, especially like you said, there is a shortage of professionals,
Mm-hmm.
and we need to grow our own professionals.
Definitely, definitely. And in given like the increasing importance like of diversity and inclusion, how can construction business create a more inclusive environment, and what observed benefits result from fostering diversity within teams?
Yeah, very good question. We have a lot of immigrants from not immigrants, but like um, on special open work permit from Ukraine.
Hmm.
And everybody's saying they don't speak English. No, they don't. But everybody's using Google Translate. And it's very interesting why nobody is actually using it. Like, why would you try hard to communicate with someone that doesn't speak English? Just
Hmm.
use it. They won't use it sometimes. They don't have money on their telephone to use internet outside. And
Hmm.
let's say they don't have this Wi-Fi, but you do have. So if you deal with any of your workers or uh, as diverse as you wish, speak to them their language. That's all. Right now, and nobody is thinking to do this, but it's so easy. Instead of breaking your head with different accents and inability to explain something to someone, just take your phone, say things to Google Translate in any of about 50 languages it can translate to, and you will get a perfect communication. And that's a very important thing to be inclusive and diverse. And it is still is not used, and I think it will be a great benefit. Yeah, mostly, yeah.
I see. And look, as the construction industry undergoes like continuous evolutions, what role do you envision innovation playing in shaping the future of construction business, and how can companies instill a culture of innovation within their organizations?
I, for example, use a lot of artificial intelligence, GPT-4, in
Mhm.
every aspects of the business, writing the standard operating procedures, writing instructions, drafting the quotes, writing the plans, writing the safety documentation, getting the advice how to solve the problems. It's a huge change that should be used. I can see that others are starting to use it too, but not very in a very smart way.
Mhm.
Sometimes they just copy everything they get, and you can actually see that they were trying to use it. So one thing is enhancement of our abilities with the help of artificial intelligence. Trying to get to new technologies, not to
Mhm.
wait until all your competition gets into it. Be the
Mhm.
first one to try things, to know things. One of my competitors asked me, "Do you use GPT-4?" I said, "Yes, of course." He said, "I knew it. I knew it."
Mhm.
Like he didn't. So yeah, you need to be open to all these things and always look for um, new stuff that can
Mhm.
be done more efficiently. Like, for example, Google Maps Street View
Mhm.
allowing about 50% of the stuff to see without leaving your office. All right.
Mhm.
And it's developing. They're renewing their street views in some areas, especially in Canada and in the United States. You can find already the imaging within the parking lots.
Mhm.
And sometimes you fail just to check. You're sending a person with all these traffic jams, and he brings you pictures back. And then you realize that you could have seen a lot of things without going anywhere. So embracing the technology
Mhm.
and being open to any new trends is the key
Mhm.
to change things.
Mhm. All right. And like Boris, thank you so much for answering my questions. Like it was very informative and really nice to meet you. Thank you for your time, like to coming for this interview,
Thank you.
and
My pleasure.
thank
Thank
you
you.
for all the information.
Thank
I
you.
hope you're gonna have a like, great evening, and I hope we will can talk like next time too.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Yeah, have a great evening. Bye.